Have you ever caught your dog stealing your clothes, then sleeping beside them like they are the most precious thing in the house? It looks naughty at first, like your dog is targeting your favorite things on purpose. But the real reason is far deeper. Because when your scent disappears from the room, your dog may start searching for the one thing that still feels like you.
You brought them to me.
That
Why
stolen
these, though?
sock or shirt is not always a toy. Sometimes it becomes a small emotional shelter against loneliness, boredom, or quiet stress. And once you understand why your dog keeps doing this, the whole behavior stops looking bad and starts feeling heartbreakingly loyal. Does your dog keep stealing your clothes? Or is it missing you so much that your scent becomes the only thing calming its heart? You come home and find a slipper in the bed, a sock in the corner, or your shirt tucked beneath your dog's chin. From the outside, it looks mischievous, almost like your dog knows exactly which object matters most and chooses it just to cause trouble. But in many homes, this is not rebellion at all. It is a quiet, emotional habit built from attachment, scent memory, and comfort. Dogs do not remember you only through your face. They also know you through smell, routine, touch,
You didn't chew
and the
it.
emotional patterns surrounding
You just needed to be cozy.
That is why a worn sock can feel more meaningful to your dog than an expensive toy, because it carries your presence everywhere. When your dog brings your things into its sleeping space, it may be creating a tiny emotional shelter where your scent stays close. The bed is not just where a dog rests its body. It is often where it tries to settle feelings too. So, when your shirt appears there, your dog may not be claiming it like treasure. It may be borrowing your smell like reassurance. To us, the item is laundry. But to your dog, it can feel like the strongest proof that you still exist nearby. That emotional meaning becomes even stronger when the house feels quiet, the routine changes, or your dog spends longer hours alone. In those moments, scent does something powerful. It helps the nervous system settle by linking the present moment to remembered safety. Your smell tells your dog something simple but deeply important. Home is still here, connection is still here, and nothing feels completely empty. That is why many dogs choose the items that smell most strongly like you, not the clean ones, but the lived-in ones. A fresh folded shirt may be ignored, and while yesterday's socks disappear immediately because your dog is searching for emotional intensity, not material value. This is also why the behavior often looks strangely gentle at first, carrying, nesting, pressing close, and resting without much chewing. In many cases, the goal is not destruction, the goal is closeness, especially when your dog feels bored, unsettled, lonely, or mildly stressed. Your dog may curl around the object, place its chin on it, sniff it repeatedly, then finally relax enough to sleep. That sequence matters because it suggests the item is being used as an emotional anchor, not simply as a random prize. You might even notice this habit appears most often after you leave, before bedtime, or during long, quiet afternoons. Those are usually the hours when stimulation drops, social contact fades, and your dog's mind turns more strongly toward attachment cues. Many owners assume the dog is acting out from spite, but dogs do not plan emotional revenge the way humans imagine. They respond to states inside their body, tension, anticipation, boredom, unease, and they reach for whatever has reliably soothed them. If your scent has become part of that calming pattern, your belongings can easily turn into emotional tools rather than stolen trophies. This does not mean every
You
dog
are
who carries
so
clothes
loved, my
has
sweet
separation
boy.
anxiety, because sometimes the behavior stays mild, occasional, and easily
You just
redirected.
need this shirt to settle, don't
But
you?
it can sit on the same
You were
emotional
trying to tell me.
spectrum, especially when the
understand
habit
now.
becomes repetitive, urgent, or difficult for the dog to stop. A dog with mild separation stress may not panic dramatically, yet still seek your scent as a way to self-regulate. That is important because the behavior may look cute on the surface, while quietly revealing a deeper dependence underneath. The difference usually lies in intensity, frequency, and what happens when the object is unavailable or the owner is gone longer. If your dog simply naps beside one sock and moves on, that is different from frantic searching through rooms every day. The first pattern often points to comfort seeking,
No,
while
stop,
the
wait.
second may suggest the dog is struggling more
It's
seriously
okay, what's wrong?
with emotional
I'm
absence.
taking the shirt. I need this.
Breed, temperament, and history can also shape this behavior, because some dogs are naturally more scent-driven, more sensitive.
I cannot
or more
believe you did that
attachment-focused.
again. You know
Rescue
better.
dogs, recently adopted dogs,
Whimper,
and
whimper.
dogs after major
Where is
routine
it?
changes
I smell it.
may show it more strongly because stability still feels fragile.
Milo,
Even
are you
happy,
okay?
well-loved dogs can do this, especially if scent has become linked to settling down during previous lonely moments. So the habit is not always
You're
a
doing
sign that
great.
something is terribly wrong,
I'm right here.
but it is always saying something emotional. It says your dog has learned that your smell changes its internal state, often by making the world feel softer and safer. That learning can happen quietly over time, without training, because repeated comfort naturally builds strong emotional associations inside the dog's brain.
This is for you.
Each time your dog rests near your scent and feels calmer,
It will keep you safe.
the connection grows stronger
You're
and
safe
easier
here,
to
Milo.
repeat later.
Relax.
Soon the behavior becomes a routine. Feel unsettled, find your smell, carry it back, curl up, or let the body settle. That loop is simple, but emotionally powerful.
All right, time
Because
to go
dogs
for a
live
walk,
very
buddy.
closely through
Let's get
repetition,
moving.
sensation, and meaningful environmental signals.
Good
Your dog
boy.
is not thinking in human sentences, but its body may understand one thing clearly.
That's it. Relax
Your
now.
scent helps discomfort
All right,
shrink.
good boy.
That is why taking the object away
Yes,
harshly can
right
sometimes
here.
confuse or upset
Good
the dog more than
job.
owners expect. From
Good
your
boy,
perspective,
Milo. Find
you
the
are protecting
treat.
your
You're doing
belongings.
so well.
But from
yes,
your
you
dog's
found
perspective,
You did
a source
so
of
well.
emotional stability just vanished.
Just relax now.
If the removal comes with scolding,
That's a good boy.
the dog may feel both stress and the sudden loss of the comfort item. That can intensify the cycle instead of fixing it, making the
All
dog
right, I
search
see that
harder
look in
next
your
time
eyes,
for something
boy.
carrying your smell.
Let's try this instead.
So the first helpful shift is not punishment.
Good dog.
It is
You
interpretation.
don't need to chew on my shirt,
seeing
honey.
the behavior as communication
Here, chew
before
on this.
deciding how to respond. Once you understand the motive,
you
you can protect your things while still meeting the emotional need underneath the habit. A very practical first step is giving your dog a safe item that carries your scent but is okay to keep. That could be an old shirt, a worn pillowcase, or a small blanket you intentionally place in the sleeping area. The goal is not to encourage dependence blindly,
All right,
but
walk
to
gear here
redirect
for
the
outside
behavior
fun.
away from valuable
the shirt
items
here for
toward a
cozy
safe
calm.
comfort object.
And your chew toy right here
This
for
works
playtime.
best when the replacement
All right,
already
let's
smells
try
familiar and is introduced calmly,
And if that's not quite
not
right,
dramatically presented like
maybe
a new,
we need to go for a
exciting
walk.
toy. You want your dog to experience it as quiet reassurance, not as a high-energy game that creates even more arousal. Location matters too, because placing the item directly where your dog already rests makes the emotional connection easier to maintain. If the comfort object stays in the bed or crate area, your dog learns exactly where that calming scent belongs. That begins to separate emotional soothing from random stealing, which helps reduce the
you're
habit
doing
without
so
fighting
well,
the
my
need behind
sweet
it.
boy.
The next step is increasing healthy
Contented
activity,
breathing.
because some dogs seek your belongings more intensely when their mind lacks enough engagement. A dog with unused energy often has stronger emotional restlessness, which makes comfort-seeking behaviors appear more often and last longer. Daily walks, sniffing time, short training games, and gentle interaction can lower that inner tension before it turns into object carrying. Mental enrichment matters especially because scent-based dogs do not just need exercise. They need satisfying ways to use their brain.
I think it's
A
time to
bored
find some
dog may
help.
fixate on your laundry partly
It's
because
just
it is
gotten too
emotionally
much
meaningful,
for both of us.
and partly because it is interesting.
You've got my shirt again,
When life
haven't you,
becomes
buddy?
richer and more structured, the dog's need to
Are you
build
missing
comfort
me,
from stolen
or just
objects
comfy?
often becomes less urgent. Chewing also matters, because some dogs start with comfort seeking, but then slide into shredding once arousal, frustration, or teething energy rises. In that case, providing safe chew options becomes essential, not as a punishment substitute, but as a more appropriate outlet. A chew toy cannot replace your
I
relationship,
won't be long, sweetie.
but it can help discharge
Just
tension
hold
that
on to your
otherwise gets
toy.
directed toward your clothes. That is why replacement should match the real need. Comfort for soothing, chewing for oral release, enrichment for boredom reduction.
You're just cuddling it now.
Many owners fail because they solve
Oh,
only
you're
one
mouthing
layer.
it. Okay.
Giving
Why are you
exercise to
guarding
a
it?
dog seeking scent comfort or comfort to a dog needing chew relief. When you match the solution to the emotional function, behavior change becomes smoother, kinder, and much more realistic. Another important skill is teaching your dog short, safe periods of being
Time for
alone without
bed.
emotional overload, building too quickly.
Good boy.
This does not mean disappearing for
Just
hours
relax.
suddenly, because overwhelming the dog can deepen dependency instead of improving confidence. Start with manageable absences. Brief enough that your dog stays under its stress threshold and can recover successfully. That teaches the nervous system something new. Separation happens,
You brought my slipper
but
here?
it is survivable, temporary,
No, honey.
and not
They
emotionally
stay on the
catastrophic. Over time, confidence grows through repetition, just like the original habit grew through repeated relief around your scent.
Here you go, buddy.
You are not trying to erase
It's
attachment,
okay, you're a good boy.
because healthy attachment is beautiful. You are trying to reduce fragile dependency. That difference matters deeply, since a secure dog can love you intensely without needing constant emergency comfort from your belongings. Watch your dog's body language during departures and returns,
This is for
because it
you.
reveals whether the habit is casual or emotionally loaded.
It will
A
keep you
relaxed
safe.
dog may simply carry the
You're
item
safe
and
here,
settle,
Milo.
while a
Relax.
stressed dog may pace, whine, pant, or search urgently. Those extra signs tell you the object is part of a larger emotional struggle rather than an isolated, quirky habit. If the behavior
right,
escalates,
time to go for a walk,
becomes
buddy.
destructive,
Let's get
or
moving.
comes with severe distress, professional guidance may help uncover the
Good
deeper
boy.
patterns safely. A trainer or behavior professional can assess
That's
whether
it.
this is
Relax
mild
now.
attachment comfort,
All right, good boy.
separation-related stress, or a combination
Yes,
of needs.
right here.
That
Good
outside
job.
perspective matters because the same visible habit can come
Good
from
boy,
slightly
Milo.
different emotional
Find the
causes
treat.
in
You're
different
doing
dogs.
so well.
Some
yes,
dogs
you
want
found
reassurance. Some
You
need
did
more
so
stimulation. Some crave
Just
oral
relax
soothing.
now.
And some are balancing several
That's a
needs
good
at
boy.
once. Your job is not guessing your dog's thoughts perfectly, but noticing what consistently happens before, during, and after.
All right,
the
I see that
behavior.
look in your eyes, boy.
Patterns
Let's
are
try
everything.
this instead.
And it's because behavior that appears random usually becomes
dog.
clearer once you
You don't
track
need to
timing,
chew on my shirt,
triggers,
honey.
and emotional intensity.
Here, chew on this.
Does it happen only when you leave? Only with one family member? Or mainly during quiet hours with little stimulation? Does your dog just cuddle the item? Or does it chew, shred, guard, or become distressed when the object disappears? Those details change the meaning, and they also change what kind of response will actually help instead of just interrupting. It also helps to remember that your scent represents
All right,
more
walk
than
gear
identity.
here for outside fun.
It
the
represents
shirt here
routine,
for cozy calm,
safety,
and your chew
and
toy right
emotionally
here for
predictable
playtime.
closeness.
All right, let's try this.
For a social animal living so tightly
and
around
if that's
human
not
rhythms,
quite right,
that kind
maybe
of
we need
sensory
to go for a
anchor
walk.
can become
You
incredibly
just need this
powerful.
shirt to settle, don't you?
So when your dog drags your slipper to
You were
bed,
trying to tell me.
the gesture may be
I
much
understand
softer
now.
than it first appears. None it can be the canine version of keeping something familiar close, while the house feels too quiet or your absence feels too large. That does not make every stolen sock adorable. And you still deserve boundaries that protect your home and belongings. But boundaries work best when they come with emotional understanding, because behavior changes faster when the dog feels supported.
I
not
cannot
shamed.
believe you did that
Offer
again.
safe scented comfort.
You know better.
Increase movement and interaction. Provide
Whimper,
proper chew
whimper.
outlets.
Where is it?
And build
I
short,
smell it.
successful alone time practice. Those steps respect
Milo,
both sides
are
of
you
the
okay?
situation, your need for order and your dog's need for emotional regulation. Once that balance improves, many dogs stop targeting random belongings
You are so
intensely
loved, my sweet
because the underlying
boy.
discomfort is no longer driving them. And then the habit shifts from a secret emotional
You
emergency
just need this shirt
into
to settle,
something
don't
calmer,
you?
more manageable,
You were trying
and
to
often
tell
much
me.
less frequent.
I
And
understand
that
now.
final reframe
Where is
changes
it?
everything.
I smell it.
Your dog was never trying to hurt you. It was trying to
Milo,
feel closer to
are you okay?
It did not take your things because it was bad. It took them because your scent made being without you easier to bear.